Hi everyone, hope you're well. Just going to do a really quick training video to show you how to set up a mail list on Mail Chimp so that we can start looking at some marketing campaigns. So this is the first stage of the process, really straightforward, but I thought if we did a quick training video for you, then I could make it really simple for you and make what might be a half an hour job, a 10-minute job, and with it being on video as well, if you wanted to delegate it, you could actually just pass the responsibility on to one of your members of staff, ask them to watch this video, and they could upload all the mail lists for you. So, first thing you need to do, really simple, you just need to go on and set up a Mail Chimp account. I'm not going to talk you through how to do that. It's pretty straightforward, like setting up an account on anything really. So you just go in, choose a username, password, etc., etc., set it all up. Now, what we then need to do is start to create some lists. So, once you're into MailChimp, you need to go into lists and create list. Click on that there. Okay, now you're going to have 3 new lists. Okay, you can have previous, current, and new schools. So, for the purpose of this, we'll put current schools. Okay, default from email address. This is the email address that people will reply to. So it's not necessarily how it'll appear to them. So for example, I could set this up as they reply to my email address, jjennison@premiersport.org, but it appears in their inbox from Premier Sport. You do that when you set up the campaign itself. But for now, you need to put in here the email address you would like people in this list to reply directly to. So this is the default from name. So this is where you can actually put who it appears from in their inbox. So you can either put Premier Sport or you can put your name. Previously I used to put Premier Sport, but having spent a bit of time with James Ashford, he suggested that when they read that, they see that it's coming from a company and some of them might not be inclined to open it. So he suggests putting it from a person individually. So now I'll put my name. This is just a reminder of a little description, of what content this list is made up of. So just put schools currently working in. Okay, when you've done all that, you're just going to save. Now, the key in now is you have to import subscribers. So, import subscribers here. The best thing to do is do this. Copy paste from file, go to next. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip, a little bit of advice to make it really, really straightforward for you. What you need to do is you need to go into BMS, you need to scroll down on the home page, and you need to go to Total Schools, Download Spreadsheet. Okay, you can open that spreadsheet. Now, here, you've got a list of email addresses that are on the BMS. So, in this instance for me, it's all the office email addresses. Now, what I would recommend that you do is here, brand code, the one next to it, have a key. 1 is currently working in, 2 is previously worked in, 3 is never worked in. So for example, obviously I'm just doing this to demonstrate. What you might do is get one of your members of staff, somebody in your team, to go through all of these schools and just put it in. So that's what, a 3-4 minute task, if that. So every one of these schools, I've completed this. So every one of those schools now has got a number next to it, which correlates to whether we've previously worked in them, or never worked in them, or are currently working in them. You then need to go to Data, Sort. Now this is on a Mac, so I'm not sure exactly how you would do it on a normal laptop, but I'm sure is an easy process and an easy way of doing it. So then you need to go to sort by. Sorry there. And it was brand code, wasn't it? So I should have maybe retitled the column, but I know that it was brand code, so that's fine. Now click OK. Now that's sorted all of the schools for me. So all the ones there are all whichever I said it was. I can't remember now, but I think it was current. So for this mail list, what I would do is I would copy and paste all the number ones. So there it gets to number 2. So that's when I want to stop. So I'd copy and paste that. Go back to Mail Chimp. I would literally paste, and then all of the email addresses. Some of them are blank on the BMS, so they're blank there. All of the email addresses are just in there. So that's really, really easy, really, really straightforward. Now, the only thing that you might want to do to add to this, which is where, again, you might delegate this to a member of staff, is as well as just going to the office, you also want these marketing campaigns to go directly to head teachers. So what I would do, first of all, you need to establish, for example, Derby City schools are head at, and Derbyshire County schools are head teacher at. So you just need to make sure whatever authority they come under, you're putting the correct email address. But what you might then do, for example here, copy and paste that, and then change that to head or head teacher or whatever it is, but you'll obviously know that. So again, a slightly time consuming task, pretty straightforward, but again, something you can easily get a member of staff to do. So you go through that. So for here, for this particular mail list, I've got the office address and the head teacher's address for every single school that I want to contact. When you've done all that, just get rid of the blanks. Okay, you just need to tick that. You were allowed so many email addresses on MailChimp before you have to start paying. You'll get nowhere near it just inputting schools, so don't worry about that. If you ever do get over it, you can just get another member of staff in your team to set up an account anyway, so there's easy way around that. So you just need to tick that, click on next. Okay. All of these schools are then subscribed. The beauty of MailChimp as well is when Premier say that you contact people and they may have opted in or out, actually they can automatically opt out on MailChimp, so there's an option to do that, and it automatically updates your list. So therefore, when you send emails in the future, schools that have opted out of that list won't receive them. So once you've done that, that list has been set up, your input is complete. So now if I go into lists, there you go, what I've just set up, current schools. That's the list that has just been set up by me. So what I want all of you to do in the first instance is I want you to go into MailChimp, set up 3 lists for current schools, previous schools, and new schools, i.e. schools that you've never worked in. Like I say, hopefully this video will make it really straightforward and make it a task that you can delegate to your staff. But once you've done that, you can start doing marketing campaigns, targeting the relevant group of schools, because obviously the wording is going to be slightly different, i.e. for previous schools you're going to target them on the basis that we've worked with you before, and because we used to work with you we've got a special offer. For new schools it's going to be because we've never worked with you, we've got a special offer, so the wording is going to change from school to school. Hopefully that's really straightforward and clear. If you can get that done and get that uploaded, like I say, it's not an overly time consuming task and delegated. It shouldn't take more than a day or 2. So if you can get that done in the next couple of days, then we can start getting some marketing campaigns up and running and start contacting some schools before the end of the week. So thanks. Any questions, let me know, and I'll catch up with you all soon.